So imagine telling your wife, like, hey, I have this really phenomenal idea and I'm going to build our house like this, whether you like it or not. It's also going to be a prototype model. So it wasn't until 1980 that anybody applied the concept of tensegrity to the body. And that was Dr. Stephen Levin. And he has a great story about like the aha moment that it happened. He was at a medical conference, and right outside of the conference center was a Kenneth Snelson sculpture. And he went, yeah, isn't that funny? So it was like,
yeah, it's like right in his face.
how art changes the world. It's like one of my favorite things ever. It's like you could be an artist, but you could influence medical science 50 years later. And he had this moment where he was aware of Buckminster Fuller's work. He was aware of Kenneth Snelson work and the power of these shapes. And he started to look at the fascia and he's like, you guys, I think we missed something. And he spent the next 30, 40 years of his life. He opened a clinic in upstate New York and he started studying the fascia in horses because that's what he could get his hands on. And he was starting to chart out how the fascia is actually distending all of these things. So he was the first one that built a tensegrity spinal model. I can't believe how many doctors I talked to, and they're like, please tell me what fascia is. And I'm just like, okay, no problem. I'll just challenge a medical textbook. And when it's barely talked about as connective tissue, it's really been ignored. It's just make it flow while they argue about the vocabulary. It needs to flow. That's what we